Hey, okay, so, and you'll have this, you'll have all this information recorded. Okay, so what it is if you have the book, you have all these resources and it's got all the chapters, but if you notice, there's only 9 chapters because I like the older version. And then what I do is with the newer book, I study both chapters and then I try to incorporate everything for you. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go through this and we're going to start with, it's called pictorials. And the purpose of pictorials, and remember, in engineering drawing, it's the multi-views. It's the front view, the top view, and the right side view, and any other view that's needed, that's critical. But you do need a picture representation at times to help people understand what's going on. Okay, and so let me start this.
This section will cover the different types of pictorials and how to draw isometric and cabinet oblique pictorials. A pictorial is a 2D drawing that looks three-dimensional. Pictorials really help when trying to read an orthographic projection.
And here's some examples of, obviously, a sketch, it's on a flat surface, but it looks 3D, so a lot of times you'll need to do that, especially if you're in the field and you need to, and you need to show somebody real quick what something will look like, and here's your multi-views with the dimensions. This is what somebody would use to manufacture this. But then over here in this corner, you have an isometric. Now, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but what the heck, it's okay. If you take my 201 class, you learn how to create this, and then what they did in the program, and I'm gonna show you this down the road, because I don't want you getting mad at me right away. You make a 3D and it creates these views automatically for you. But what you're doing in this course is you're learning how to do this first and then create these. But down the road, like you do in SolidWorks, you'll end up creating the 3Ds and then the program creates the 2D for you. But you still have to dimension it and you still have to tweak it. All right. And what's the purpose of this is when you create 3Ds, and most of you have seen this whenever you buy something and you have to assemble it, that's the purpose of a 3D. It shows the assembly. And we'll be learning how to draw screws, we'll be learning how to draw the bolts, and then you show how it's put together. Now, those of you who have SolidWorks, I think there's a command in SolidWorks where you build it together and then it blows it apart. Is that correct? Can you, Tony, can you answer that?
It's been a bit since I've had to do anything like that because I normally just do single pieces. But yeah, yes, you put everything together and then you can.
Yes, you can explode an assembly.
Right. Then you can explode it.
And then you can make a cool animation to show how it goes together. So that's cool.
Right. Now, in I guess I forgot what the name of the program is. What's the name of the program that Autodesk makes that can do that? It's similar to SolidWorks.
Fusion.
Fusion, there you go. Okay. But in AutoCAD, you have to create these, and you can create them all on one sheet, and then you just move them apart. Okay, now here's 3 examples of today. I'm gonna illustrate both of these. Now, what I want you to realize too, what I want you to do is when you do the assignments, I want you to create an isometric of whatever problem you pick and an oblique. So you're gonna do 2 different types of pictorials for each assignment.
There are 3 classes of pictorials: axonometric, oblique, and perspective. Within each class, there are pictorials that look different but use the same projection method. The most common axonometric projection is the isometric pictorial. The most common oblique projection is the cabinet oblique pictorial. We will look at these two types of pictorials in more detail later on.
When I first started teaching, you only got paid for 9 months out of the year. So the other 3 months out of the year, I used to do construction, and I worked in the cabinet industry. And in the cabinet industry, what a cabinet draftsman does is he designs just the front of the cabinet. And then the depth is already standard, so you don't need to draw the depth in any particular detail, because in the cabinet shop, that's already predetermined. Okay, so all he does is draw the front of the cabinet. That's why a cabinet oblique is the most common. And here's an example. The isometric, these angles are at 30, and then the height of the object is vertical. Now on the trimetric and the dimetric, the angles, or the depth and the length, are generally between 0 and 45. Okay, but still the height is vertical. And then a trimetric, the length can be at a different angle than the depth. Okay, so they don't really use these, but they're available, and it's perfectly okay. So when you do your assignments, if you choose, I'll need you to do one like this, and then either this way or this way. So this is probably a pretty good example of what your assignments should look like, but then obviously in a title block. Okay, and then so I think, let's see, I think this one is a isometric. Oh, that's correct. And I think this one, I think, is dimetric. Oh, incorrect. So it must be trimetric. And then this one is, okay, that one was trimetric. So this one must be dimetric. Okay. So those are just some examples in the book that that you can do. Plus, if you download these resources, then you can go through these exercises, and they're very valuable. So. Okay, and so here's the 3 different types. Okay, in other words, the oblique, this is the true. The face is the true face. Okay, but then the depth, okay, in a cabinet one, this is key. This is key. It's only half the distance. So a standard cabinet is only a foot deep. If you go into your kitchen and you measure your cabinets are only 12 inches deep. So when you would draw this, you would only draw this to 6 inches. Okay. And then on a general oblique, you can make the distance full scale or whatever you want. Okay. In other words, this one's a little more pleasing to the eye. Okay. And then this is the full oblique, or the full scale, is called cavalier, and that kind of looks a little distorted. Okay, and then you get into perspectives. How many of you have had art classes? In the art classes, everybody had to draw a 1 point and a 2 point and a 3 point perspective.
I didn't have an art class, but I did have to do perspective. I think it was in an architecture type class.
Correct. Right.
Yeah, it was civil engineering. So.
And remind me to show you in AutoCAD, you have a perspective view, and I'll show you that. Okay, and you can actually draw in AutoCAD. You can do these. You just create a vanishing point to the left, a vanishing point to a right, and then all your height of your object is here, and then the depth of your objects, or the length, whatever you want to call this side, and then the depth is here. And then a 3-point means you have a vanishing point down here, a vanishing point to the right, a vanishing point to the left. And these, now you do all this to create effect. You're not going to use any of this to manufacture, you know, but you know, if you have an artistic bent, sometimes it's fun to do this, especially in architecture, because a lot of your renderings are 1 or 2 point perspectives to show the client. Now, I don't know if it's true, but I have a good friend that's an architect that does a lot of work in Rancho Bernardo, or no, it's by Ensenada, in a lot of the real expensive homes, and they won't, in plan check, they won't accept plans unless the presentation drawing is done by hand. So that's interesting. You know, I don't know why they do that, but that's their choice. Okay, here I'm going to let her explain this part.
Visualization is the ability to picture things in your mind. For example, can you picture the 3D part by just looking at the orthographic projection? Or picture the orthographic projection just by looking at the 3D part? This is a very important skill. You may think, since CAD programs automatically create a 2D drawing based on your 3D part, visualization is not a necessary skill. This is not true. You need to be able to inspect the 2D drawing for mistakes. Computers are only as good as their programmers, and I guarantee that the programmers are not experts of the ASME standard. You should also develop your visualization skills, because you may run into a situation where you need to model a part based solely on the orthographic projection.
Okay, those were key comments that she made, because when you develop your skill, you should be able to look at the multi-view and generate a 3D, whether it's a sketch or on a computer, and vice versa. Now, like she said, later on, I'll show you how to model something, and the computer generates this. But the programmers are just programmers. They created the program to do that, but they still don't necessarily understand all the standards. And that's your job, making sure that you create a multi-view of that has all the necessary information to manufacture. And this is just for a visual effect. And in this case, we'll look up here, and these multi-views up here, you've got 3 different kind. And so let's see, it would be the third one here. In other words, this is the top view, the front view, and the right side view of this object. And you can see where it could be a little confusing with this part. And then let's see this one. Okay, it could be that one. Okay, so I think it's the one in the middle here, because you see this line right here. That line is that corner. This line is this edge, and then you have the circle.
The top view kind of gives it away for that one.
Yeah, and then, well, that Tony brought up a good point. You have to look at all the views to answer this. So it would be the second one. And then there it is. And some of these assignments, you have quite a few of these assignments in the book, and they're good to go through. Okay, and then this one, it's gonna show you how to generate a 3D, and I think this is in the book. This is in the book also. Okay, and then it's got, and this is, looks like everything's in inches. It's 2.5. Okay, and so here's the first thing you do. Now, and you apply this by hand also. Now, what you can also do, and I've done this, if we were in the classroom, I would provide isometric grid paper, okay? But what you can do, if you have a printer, you can print isometric paper and use those for your hand sketches when you're doing the assignments. Okay, but when you're doing it with the computer, you don't have to do that. But the first thing you do for this item is you're going to create 3 lines. You're going to create a vertical and then align it at 30 degrees, align at 30 degrees. Now, if you're old like me, you probably have a 30, 60, 90 triangle laying around. If not, you're going to have to use a protractor. Okay? And then, this is important. The first thing you want to do when you're doing isometrics is create the overall size. Okay? Because what's really nice about isometrics is everything's going to be drawn on the line or an axis. Okay, so now the item is 2.5 by 1.25 up. Okay, so it's going to be 2.5 this way, 1.5 tall, and 1 inch deep. Then you come over here and draw the 1 inch line. And then you come over 2 inches and draw this line. Now, these steps are important because you don't know this angle. So you get this point and you get this point, then you can connect this line to this line. And then when you do the same on the side, you come 1 inch, you go up a half, I think it's a half, yeah. And then you connect from this point to this point, then you can connect from this point to that point. And now you've generated that particular view. Okay, now I think this is a mistake.
Wait, hold on. Could you go back the page
Sure.
real quick? So on the very bottom, it says step 6. You see step 6 there, where it says it should be scaled by 80%. What is that entire step talking about?
Oh, don't worry about that at all. Okay, when you're in isometric, I want you drawing everything at 100%.
Yeah, I figured. I just don't know what it like.
What they would do is to scale it down.
Okay.
That's all that means. And what you do, remind me sometime today, I can show you how to do that, where you would draw it to full scale, you highlight the whole thing, and then you scale it by 80%. You can do that. The computer does it for you.
Okay.
Why would you want to scale it to 80%, Tony?
I have no idea. That's why.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to get at too.
Okay, Marianne, good comment. Because now whoever writes these books, they don't. I don't know where they get some of this stuff. So it's my job to clarify and tell you, because you really always want to draw something to full scale. The only place you'd scale something down is in paper space, and that's only to fit in your title block. Okay, because when you print the title block and the problem in your title block, you always put the scale. That way, whenever a manufacturer is reading your print, he can see the scale, and then he can use a scale, and if he needs to double check a measurement, he can do that. Okay, but I'll be honest with you, very few people do that anymore because everything is so accurate because of computers. You as a draftsman, when you say that thing is 2.758, then that's what he's going to make that at. So anyway, but no, when you guys see stuff that you have a question about, yeah, please let's discuss it and clarify. Okay, now this one is another worksheet and I'll be honest with you, they screwed up here because I think it's a different one. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. Oh, and it shows that part, and then I'm going to click again, and here it created the box. But see, oh no, it is. It looks like it's the same part. Yeah, okay. One of these I think got screwed up, but anyway, okay, this one's correct. Okay, so you notice that this is 100 millimeters by 50 millimeters. Okay, so when you would create this box, and I'm going to do that on the first example that I show you. This grid now is no longer 0.5. These have to be like 10. Remember, when you create the grid in your workspace, it has to match whatever the problem units are. Okay. Okay, now see, here we go. They say your grid spacing is 0.5. Well, that's not right. That won't work. Okay, so now that's, you know, it's 100 long, it's 60 millimeters tall, and 50 deep. So I'm going to click again, and then here, since this is 70 and that's 100, then obviously this distance from here to here is 30. So you would draw a 30 here, and then at 30 degrees, you would draw another line here, and that would create this top. Okay, now this surface in here, you don't really know that that's inclined looking at it from the top. The only way you know that is looking at the front view. Okay, so then you have to draw this part, and that's what this is. This comes back 50. You come across, what is that, 60, I think, and then back, and then you create the fingers, and then all you have to do is connect the lines from here to here and from there to there. And there is the isometric of this project. If you look, this is the front view, which is this surface here. And this corner back here, you can't see this from the front, so that's what this hidden line is. And this horseshoe is this horseshoe up here. And this incline surface from here to here, when you look at it from the top, is only that distance. Now, sometimes we do, and we will do this. We will draw what's called an auxiliary view. In other words, we will draw another view perpendicular to this incline out here to show and dimension the true size and shape of the object. But I'm kind of getting ahead of us, and that's probably 2 weeks down the road. Okay. Now there's some videos here that don't show up, so I'm going to skip that. Okay, now, and I'm going to demonstrate this too. Okay, how do you show a circle in isometric? So let's listen to her and see what she has to say.
Circular features on an isometric pictorial are drawn as ellipses. To create an isometric pictorial with circular features, you should first draw the linear features as described previously. The circular features are filled in using a box with equal sides having the same length as the diameter of the circle. Diagonals are drawn that represent the major and minor axes of the ellipse. The ellipse touches at the midpoints of the box sides.
All right. Now, when you do these, if you pick a problem, one of the sketch problems where you do these, just do the best you can. And remember, the first week I had you practice this in one of the assignments. So, but the key part, she said, is make sure that when you do the ellipse that they touch the top, the right side, and the bottom. Now, when you do this on the computer, you'll see that there's a special technique that you use to do this. Okay, so here you do the box, and then you come in here and you create a center point, or you create another box. And remember, these are 30. Okay, and then when you go from corner to corner, it gives you a center point. And but when you're doing this by freehand, just do the best you can. When we do it on the computer, you'll see that there's a technique that I show you how to use. And then here's an example, because there is a problem with one of the assignments has you do this. But for example, the first thing you did is, remember, you did the circle here, and then all you do is project out. You project out from the coordinate from where this intersection is, and then you copy that ellipse over to here, and then that's how you illustrate a rod sticking out. Okay, now let's see what this. Okay, this is another isometric. Now this one's a little weird, but let's go through it. You do the 30-60. Okay, and then oh, this is the one that's the mistake. See that? That's the problem up here, and it redoes the one we did before. So let's move on. I don't know why that happened. Okay, now these are kind of out of order. So when you go onto the website, make sure you follow the right ones. All right, so now, you know what, I'm gonna demonstrate the isometric first, and then if you want, I can come back and do the obliques, because I don't want to give you too much right away. So I'm going to come out of this. Okay, and I'm going to share. I got to share my new screen. Okay, so now can you see the new screen?
I can see the AutoCAD, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through this assignment. Okay, and then what I think I'll do is I'll let you guys work on some of the assignments on this, and then if you guys get them done, I can tackle the oblique, or I can wait and do it on Thursday, depending on your feedback, because these assignments for chapters 5 and 6 won't be due till a week from Thursday. So you guys will have to let me know how you want me to do it. Okay, so let's tackle this.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
For the homework that's due next class, the chapter 3 and 4 for the orthographic projections, do you want us to add dimensions to the title
Yes,
block?
please. Yeah,
Okay.
please add dimensions. Oh, not to the title block, to the
Well, yeah.
to the problem.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So let me move this guy. I'm gonna. Oh, let's see. Who had a question? Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna move this, and I'm gonna put it right underneath that drawing. Okay. So now, before we get started, I want to show you this. Okay, right away you look at the problem. This is not inches. You could do it inches. I'm not saying you couldn't, but generally when you see these dimensions, that means it's going to be metric. All right, so how do you change your workspace to metric? Okay, so remember, you type in units.
Units.
Did somebody have a question? You type in units, okay, and leave it at decimal. I would change the precision to 0.00. And then I would come down here. Now the default was inches, but I would change it to millimeters. Okay, and then I would hit OK. All right, now I would also change the limits. So I type in limits, and I want to leave the lower left-hand corner, this corner right here, at 0, 0. Then I hit enter. Now, this is 50 by 30. So what I did is I want the upper right-hand corner to be, and this is not critical. In other words, just make it, give yourself enough room. Okay, so then I would type in 60, comma, what is it, 50? And then hit enter. All right, so now I have to zoom all in order to get my works. Hit Z and hit enter. And then come down here and either I can click all or I can type in A. Okay, there it is. It zoomed in. What it did is it zoomed all. Okay, and what it does is it brings everything over here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is highlight all of this and move it out of the way, just so that I can show you. So I have enough room to draw this. Okay, so now I've got my workspace set up. So now, this is the trick part.
Did you
come
change?
down.
Did you change the grid spacing by chance? I wasn't.
Oh, absolutely. Good call. I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to go next to the snap function. I'm going to click here, go to snap settings. Okay, and all right, the default is 0.25. So I want to change that to 10 because it's millimeters. So I'm going to change it to 10. Now, this is what happens. A lot of times you'll start working and you'll forget to do some of these things, and things won't work quite right. So that's why I'm saying it's very important to assess your problem and make sure you set up all your drafting snaps or whatever to make it work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change both of these to 10. In other words, to 10 millimeters. Okay? And now each one of these boxes or grids is 10 by 10. Okay. So now, what they've done in AutoCAD, and they did this a few versions back, is they've added an isometric grid. So if I come down here, can you guys see this? Come down here to this little green, and then it says isometric drafting turned off. So I want you to click on that, and lo and behold, I've got isometric grid. So now all I have to do is go to line, and let's see, I'm going to go ahead and start right here. I'm going to go to line, and I'm going to go, and then if my dynamic input is on, there's dynamic input. I'm going to type in 50. And this is what's nice is all you have to do is type in distances. Okay, now here's where it gets a little tricky. Make sure this snaps to 90. If I was to go here and type in the distance, in fact, I'll do it. I'll type in 30 and watch what happens. I'm going to move around. See, it put it on a flat surface. Okay. So make sure, I think I screwed up. And this is what happens. When you're in isometric and you mess with the screen, it really screws things up. So let me try to, oh shoot, okay. Let me try something here. Okay. All right, what I'm gonna have to do, shoot, how can I fix this? I don't know if I can fix this from here. Oh yeah, I don't, oh wow. Yeah, I did it, I fixed it. Okay, so what I gotta do is I gotta delete that line. All right, well, I fixed it by going to the top. All right, so now I'm gonna go back here to line and make sure it's 90. Make sure I'm snapping to 90 and it's 30 tall. Okay, and then make sure I'm on, it says 150, so that means I'm on a 30-degree axis. So it's 40 deep, and then I can come back and I can do, let's see, it's 50 long. And then I can come down 30 and then click. Now, I could just draw lines in here and trim, but I want to show you something else that you can do. Get used to having the computer do your work for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this line, I'm going to click on this line, and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go right click, I'm going to go copy selection, I'm going to click here and I'm going to bring it there. That way I know this distance and this distance of these two lines is equal. And then I'm going to go to this line and I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy and I'm going to grab it at that point and I'm going to snap to that endpoint. And there's my box. There's the box to here. Okay. Now let me highlight this.
Tony, can you do that last one again?
Sure. Okay, let me delete it. Okay, from there, okay, you ready? I'm going to click on this line and I'm going to click on this line and then I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to copy selection and then I'm going to snap to this endpoint of the line and then come up and snap to that endpoint. And hit enter because now I know that these are the same as these.
Oh, okay, that
and
looks good.
then
Thanks.
I'm going to click on this line. I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy. I'm going to snap to that endpoint, snap to this endpoint, and there it is. Okay, did you get that? Okay. Now I'm going to highlight this.
Yep,
And I'm going to move it. This is just for my convenience. I just want to get it closer to this so you guys can see it all. Okay, so now let's start generating the rest of this. So this is 25 this way. So all I have to do is come here. Now at this point, this is what I did, okay? Because when you create the box, I created it in this layer, or I should have created it in the 0 layer, and it's white. Okay, so now I've created layers. So I've created a visible layer, and the color of that visible layer is red. So I'm gonna click on that layer. So when I start drawing, I'm gonna click here, and then I'm gonna draw a line that's 25. So when I start drawing, I can see my lines. And so I went 25. Okay, now here's another example. I have the grid snap on, so it's not allowing me to go at the isometric axis. So I have to come down here and turn it off. Oh, no, no. I can't believe I forgot to do that. But anyway, okay, this is real important. Now I need to draw a line this way at 30 degrees. So what I have to do is I have to change. Oh no, I am in the top already. Why that's doing that, I don't know. Okay, let me do this again. I'm just going to draw a line. Oh, there it is. Okay, something was screwy. Okay, so now I'm drawing the line at 30, but I only have to come 20. Okay, and then I'm going to leave that one alone. Okay, so then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to draw another line from this endpoint. And I'm going to come in 10. And then I'm going to go up, make sure I'm up at 90. Okay, sometimes you have to do this. Sometimes you have to go beyond the line so that you can see the snap. Now, this is my technique. Or if I zoom in, I can go, I think I'm going to go all the way up, so that I make sure I have 90 there. Okay, there's 90, click. And then now I can come over here and draw a line from here to there, to that intersect. All right, then I can come back with trim and trim that line. All right, so now I can draw a line from this point at 30. And then I can draw a line from this point at 150, or that would be 30. And then now I'm going to show you something different, just to remind you. Instead of trim, I can use fillet. Because remember, the default for fillet is 0. So I'm going to hit enter. So then if I click on this line and this line, it creates a 90-degree corner. That's just another way to create a 90-degree corner. Okay, and I can see that I screwed up down here. I'm going to delete that. And so I'm going to draw this line again. And then I'm going to use trim this time. Okay, so now, now let's see. Now I need to come up here 10. Oh, I should have changed my cursor, huh, Steven? That was good. Okay. All right, but I'm kind of far along. So I got to come up 10 here. Oh, let me hit escape. So I'm going to come up. I'm going to do line. And I'm going to make sure I come. Oh, I'm going to just make sure I'm going to come up here wild. No, I got to make sure I come up 10. Okay, I'm going to, since I have dynamic input in there, I'm going to do something here at this point. So I'm going to type in 10. Now I'm going to hit the tab key and I'm going to type in 90. That way I make sure my line is 10 and it's straight up. Okay. And so then I'm going to bring it all the way over here so that it's 150. There it is, 150. Okay. And I'm just going to let it go wild. And I'm going to hit enter. Okay. So now I know that this corner matches that corner. All right. So I'm going to come up here and create a line from this point to this point. So that's my angle. All right, and so what I can do now is I can copy this line. I'm going to copy this line from here to here. And I don't want to do that. I'm going to copy it again. Right click and copy, but I'm going to pick this endpoint. And that's the other thing you want to do when you copy points. Make sure you pick points to your benefit, because I know I'm going to pick that. And then enter. And so now I know that I'm going to have to come down here to draw another line. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do a little trimming, because this gets in the way. So you can see things there. Okay, so now I come over here. And so that goes there. All right, so I came over 25. Okay, so now this goes up 10, and then this goes up 20. So this line that comes down here has to be 20 minus 30 is 10. So I need to draw a line straight down 10. And then I need to draw a line over here wild at 150. There it is. Enter. Okay, so now I'm going to go to trim, and I'm going to trim that line off, and this line, and this line off, and that line off. Oh, there must have been a line in there somewhere. Okay, so now you notice I've got this, which matches this. So the only thing I have left to do is I connect from here to here, and from here to here. And then let's see, I've got to draw a line from here to here, and from there to there to there, and then let me just finish drawing this back. And then I can come back. I can come back and delete these lines if I want to.
How did you do the closest left angle? Like the, I don't know how to explain it. The one that's given no dimension for, the weird
This-
angle right on the corner, right in the front.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, how do you figure out that one?
All right. Okay. Good point. Okay, how do I figure that out? Okay, let me change my cursor color real quick, and so I can point those things out. Oh, they're red already. Okay, I'm going to change it to red. Yeah. Okay. Okay, apparently it's all right. Okay. Okay, can you see? Okay, how did I get this point? See, when I looked at this, I know that this corner
No, the one below
is,
that. The one like the I don't know how to describe
oh,
it. If you
oh,
go to
this one.
the very bottom left corner, if you go up one corner.
Oh, okay, this one.
No, no, no. The one that like sticks out. The one that's
Oh,
like
oh, oh,
not
oh,
yeah, that. How do you figure out that?
oh, okay, cool. In other words, I came up 10 and then I drew a line. Do you want me to redo it on the thing again? I can do that. Okay.
No, I can follow along just
Okay. I come up here and then I just drew a wild isometric line. I just drew it this way. Okay. And then remember, I copied this angle and I copied it to here, and then it intersected this, and so I trimmed it, and that gave you this point. Then I copied this line and drew it here, and then when I drew this line, it intersected here, and so I trimmed, and so that created this point. So then you connect from this intersect to that intersect.
okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, and the reason I go wild is you don't know what these corners are, but you do know the line. See, I don't know what this angle is. There's no way I know what this angle is, but I know I can get this point, and I can get this point, and then I can connect. Now, what I can do if I need to, when I create the orthographics of this, then I could right in here, I could, dimension the angle. So, all
So
right.
when you say go wild, do you mean just don't like hover your mouse off in space somewhere and instead of typing in a like a dimension, you just type in the angle.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then you just trim it after.
correct. Because I don't know this distance. I don't know what this distance is. See, and I don't know what this distance is, but I know this and I know this. So I could create that square and then trim it. And that gives me that corner, and I could come back and measure that distance. And see, that's where you use the computer to give you answers. Okay? Because if you did this by hand, you would use the same technique. You'd measure, you'd have a millimeter ruler, and you'd measure over 25. And then on the grid paper, I would just draw a line. Then I'd come over here 20 and then do another line, and then I'd erase. So, okay. All right, now, it's 9:06. Do you guys want to tackle a problem of this on your own, or do you want me to move on to obliques?
Well, before that, I do have a question about this one and its dimensioning.
Oh, no, don't dimension isometrics. Don't dimension it.
Okay, but yeah, okay. I was working on that, on dimensioning it, but whatever, I can undo it. I still have a question about it. So you see on the right side towards the back, the 20,
Yes.
what is that?
Okay, the 20 is
Because it's from the top of that angled point to the bottom right.
what it is here. I'll show you over here. Let me move this out of the way. No, that's a good question.
Yeah, because it was one of the reasons that I had so much trouble with it in, I think, chapter 4.
Yeah, see what it is I wasn't clear. Okay, I want to show you something. You see this corner here? See, I already knew that corner came from the bottom here. Okay,
Which
so
corner?
what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this to the 0 layer, and I'm going to draw a line up from this point At 90 degrees, I'm going to draw it 20. And then I'm going to draw it at 30. To there. So in other words, that 20, if you notice, it comes across to here. So in other words, what it's saying is it's 20 from here to this corner, which is to that corner. So in other words, I'm gonna illustrate another point here. I'm gonna come down here, 20, and then here. So in other words, from the bottom of this object, you come in whatever, you come over 25, and then you come up 20.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now.
You're seeing that? So now you brought up a good point. So I'm going to try this. You should be able to dimension isometrics. And I was playing with this yesterday, and then something was kind of wrong, but I'll figure it out because.
Yeah, I was messing around with it, and basically you don't do linear.
Yeah,
you use a line, and even then it's a bit funky.
Yeah, you use a line because in the other programs you used to be able to change the angle so that it looked really good. Okay, see, so now there it's just giving you a 2D dimension of it. But see, there's the 20.
Yeah.
That's what that.
And of course, even if I do like linear to get the height, just because of how this works, I get like 27.5 or whatever from the actual corner.
Yeah.
So that's just the reason I was confused. But yeah, this makes more sense now.
Yeah. See, I'm going to use a line again, and I'm going to go click from there to there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is this like a practice thing? Like, should I save it or?
Okay, if you did this one and it came out good, save it and submit that.
So would it count as one of the chapter 6 homeworks?
Yes, it'll count as chapter 6.
Okay. And is it how many do we have to do from chapter 5 and 6?
Okay, from chapter 5, I only want 2 done by hand.
Okay.
But remember, I want them done not only by hand, because each one has 2 parts. I want it done as an isometric and then also as an oblique. So in other words, you have 2 pictorials for each problem. One is an isometric and one is an oblique. And so I will do obliques if you want and show you that, or you can wait till Thursday. It's whatever the majority of the class would like. So I don't know. You might want to just tackle isometrics now, and then on Thursday we can do obliques, because you still have a week after that to finish them.
And then for chapter 6, is it 3 or 4?
And for chapter 6, it's 4, and it's in the assignment folder. I put it assignment folder, and it's got the explanations in there.
Yeah, I'm just writing it down because sometimes I forget to check.
Okay. And then also, what I also did is, for those of you who do not have the book, I did a PDF of all the assignments, all the problems that you can pick from in chapters 5 and 6. So you might want to check that out right now. And then the videos are in my YouTube channel. And so what I can do right now, well, I won't do that just yet. I will email Marianne. I'll do.
Thank you, Tony.
I'll email Mary and the YouTube, the link to the YouTube channel, because I think I already posted it in the announcements, but I'll do it again, no problem. But I'll send it to you.
I vote for no oblique today because it's too much for me.
Okay. All right, why don't we do that? We'll, I'll stay here. So if anybody has issues or problems, let me know, but go ahead and start tackling the isometric problems. Oh, you know one thing. Oh, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Oh, shoot, because you might get in trouble. Okay. This is important. Real important. You have 3 different isometric planes. Now, if I click the right isometric plane, I can draw a line from here to here and up. Okay, but I can't really draw one that way. And sometimes, oh, I have to show you one more thing. And then there's a top isometric plane. Okay, so you have 3 different planes. Now, I'm going to illustrate one more item. Okay, because remember when we did the PowerPoint, it talked about obliques, and this part is really cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a hole. I'm going to put a hole right here. So what I'm going to do though first is I'm going to create let's see. Okay, I'm going to click on that. I want to make that 10. Okay, now I'm going to trim this. And so what I've done is I've created, oops. Okay, I've created a 30 by 30 triangle here. And I've done it on the top plane. Now, this is important. Now, I'm going to go to ellipse. And you have to use the axis endpoint ellipse. Not this one and not this one. So then you click on ellipse. And then you come down here and you notice in the command line it says isometric. So you click on that. Okay, now what I forgot to do is find the center, so I've got to escape from that, and then I have to draw a line from here to there. I'm going to double space, draw a line from here to here. The reason I did this, it gets me the center. So now I go back to ellipse, go to isometric, and I go to this center, and then I come on out to where it snaps to one of the midpoints. Bang. Now I have, and then what I can do now is I can delete everything. And then, because I know some of the problems have an ellipse. Now, to create an ellipse on this face, I have to change the plane, And then I go to ellipse. I go to isometric. And then I go to this plane and I can create it. Now, to create one on the left side, I go to ellipse. Make sure I either hit it on the keyboard or click on it. And then click on it this way. Okay. So in other words, to get the correct hole, you have to change the planes. You can't just stay on the top plane. Okay. Because I created the entire isometric in the top plane. But sometimes if you wanted to, you can change the plane. All right.
So I have a quick question when drawing the hidden lines. So,
No, don't worry about the hidden lines.
okay. I was gonna ask like, for how do you make it so that's the like the line that we draw is above the hidden line layer, so that the hidden lines don't cover the do you know what I'm saying? Like right now, if I made I made my hidden lines blue, but they're covering the geometry lines of the
Okay.
shape.
What you can do is whatever layer that's on, you can turn that layer off, or you can click on the hidden line and go right click and isolate it. Click on the hidden line, go to isolate and hide it. You can do that.
Wait, but if I hide it, then it doesn't show it at all. I just want it to be below the other layer.
Okay, what you do is, okay, gosh, there is a command for that. Oh, below that layer. Okay, so in other words,
Like I added a hidden line thing.
you can, yeah, there's a, okay, I have to research that. You can, I forgot what the command is. Let me see.
That's fine. If we don't have to use the hidden lines, then it's okay for now.
Yeah, but no, you brought up a good point. That's good to know, because what happens is when, even if the line's not hidden, there's objects on top of objects. Sometimes you have to do it, and I never understood why, but you can move objects, you can move the position of objects. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and, okay. I'm gonna research that right now. So, but you don't have to use hidden lines. You don't have to use hidden lines on this. So if you do, just leave them in there. Okay. So now it's called. How do I? Yeah, position. I think it's position. Geometric mark position. No. It's not move.
Also, I was gonna ask you which file you open up every time, because you have all of your layer properties already set.
Oh, the one I open up all the time. Let's see.
Like
It's this one.
oh,
I think it's oh wait a minute. I think you know what it is. I don't know. Let me because it's not really the one I like, because the default line is a hidden line. So let me go and see which one it is.
not that it's like annoying, but I have to like remake all of my layers every time.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't. You should, like I said.
Because I normally use the student title block one that had the red title block, but the title block was always in model space, so whenever I deleted it, it would delete it from layout space. So.
Okay, then do this. Okay.
We did it one time though, but then every time I went to go open the student title block, I'd have to redo it every time.
Oh,
anyway.
okay.
So I don't know.
What I would do is this. Okay, what I would do is this. Oh, okay. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go to a different. Okay. I'm gonna go to a new workspace. Okay. I'm gonna go to layout, and I'm gonna delete this model space here, so that I have. Oh, can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So that I have just paper. Okay. So then I'm gonna insert. And I think I have that title block. I don't know which one this is. Okay, recent title blocks. Okay,
I think it's the one that's called just title block.
yeah, okay.
No, the red one.
Okay, so I'm gonna click on that. And then I'm gonna insert it. I'm gonna insert it right there. And then I'm gonna click on it because it doesn't quite fit. So I'm gonna click on it so the whole thing's highlighted. Now I didn't realize this. When you modify this, it explodes it. So I think it's the way they made these. But anyway, I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna scale. And I'm only scaling this, and I'm gonna use reference. I have more control when I use reference. So I'm gonna bring that in. And that looks good enough. And so now I'm gonna click on it again, and I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna move it. Okay, so now if I come up to layers, I have all these layers, right?
Which one did you open originally?
I think that was it. I think that was this one. I think it was this one. Now let's see, let's go to model space. It's not there. You know why? Because I inserted it in and so now at this point, I could save it as a DWT, and I would give it a different name.
No, but I don't understand where the layer properties came from. Did it come because you inserted a title block? Like, I don't.
Yes, yes, it came because whenever I got this from the website, whoever created it out there in space created it with those layers.
And since they're in your layout, they'll also work in your model space.
Correct. See, let me go to model space. Yeah, and there they are.
How did you get that what's it called? That student title block to be in your recent blocks? Did you download it or?
Yeah, I must have inserted it, and what it does is it saves it in the program somewhere. Remember, when you save it, you might want to save it in this template. If it saves it in the program, if you save it in the template, let's see. Where can I find that?
Yeah, this is where I get lost. I have no idea anything. File Explorer is so confusing to me.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't. No, you know what? Just save it on your desktop. I don't know. Maybe you can save it in there. You know what you can do? Okay, this is what I would do. Let me cancel this. Okay, I've done this, right? Okay, I inserted that. And so now if I go to okay, when it pulled it in, see, it gave it a drawing name. Okay, so if I want to go to follow me here, and I'm going to see something here. I'm going to go to save as, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to change this to a DWT. Now, what I think it does when you save it as a DWT, see, it opens up automatically the template file. Okay? So now I'm going to give it a different name. What's today's date? Today is 9-15-2020. So that's what I'm going to save this template as. So I'm going to go to save. And I don't need to give it a description. So I'm just going to hit OK. Okay, so now I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this. I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to delete this too. Okay, so now I just opened up my program, and so I'm going to go to Start. Okay, and then I'm going to go up here, right next to the A. There's a little file thing. It says New. So I'm going to click on that, and it automatically goes to templates. I'm going to cancel that and show you something else, or I can go to Start, and then I can go to Open Files, and it opens up template, and there it is. No, I did this one. This is the one I did. So I'm going to click on that, and then there it is. And then I go to Model Space, and there's nothing there, but I have all my layers. Did that make sense?
Wait, so try making it like a line or something on it and then reopen it again.
In Model Space or Paper Space?
Like, is there no way to make a template to where you can reuse it over and over again?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, yeah.
Because every time that I've opened a template, it doesn't allow me to reuse it. It keeps opening as the same it keeps opening as like the same file, so like there's the same model in it every time. Like I can't reuse it for different assignments. Like I
No,
don't
yeah, and you should be able to, right? Okay.
like I've had to remake every single layer a property every single time.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to do that. Okay. Go
How
ahead
about
and work on your assignments, and
okay.
I'm going to research that for sure.
I think I'm just doing something wrong. So maybe like after
No,
class
I
I can
don't.
share my screen or something and you can
No,
help me.
what it is what it is I think those templates that I'm having you use have something wrong with them. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, you should be able to.
Well, I mean, you just got it to work, so
Yeah,
I think I'm just doing something wrong and I don't
I don't know. Can
understand.
you? I
What
don't
are you
know.
guys trying to do?
Can you share? I don't know how students can share their screen with me.
You have to stop sharing and then I can share at the bottom.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay.
Okay, I'll share. Um, so can you see? So, can you see my AutoCAD?
No, I can't. Should I click on you? Is that what I need to do?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay. Okay, I
So
see it. I
this
see you.
is my student title block, right?
Right.
And it has all of my layers, right? So
Gotcha.
how do I make like this like a template to where I can just open this every time for every assignment?
Okay,
That's what I want.
go back to model space and let me see if it's in model space.
This is model space.
Oh, okay. All right. So highlight that. Highlight the whole thing.
Okay.
Okay, now go up to copy. Go to the copy up here.
Is it up
Upper
here?
right. go, yeah, up upper right, and
Can
then
I just
to the
copy
left.
select? Can I just copy selection?
No, I want you, because you're going to copy it on the clipboard.
Oh,
Go up here.
this?
Yeah, up,
Is-
up a little. There you go. Up a little more.
Oh,
Yeah.
here? Copy
Yeah.
clip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now go to paper space. Now go to layout.
I don't know. Okay, here.
Okay, now delete that. Double click on, yeah, delete the,
Like even the border?
yeah, double click on that. Yeah, delete that. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, delete. There you
Everything?
go. Okay, yeah.
So, yes,
I want you to
everything.
delete, yeah, that. Okay, delete. Okay, now paste. Now go to paste. Go up to the top here where you were. Clipboard.
Here, paste.
Yeah. Okay, now paste it in there. Now you'll have to scale it. Okay, now scale it. There you go.
Is there an easier way to do this?
Yeah, use the reference if you can. Okay. All right, there. That's close enough. If you
Okay,
use
whatever.
reference, now you have to click down here in the lower left-hand corner, the first point. Lower left. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Go right to the corner till it's
Oh,
snapped.
you mean it's still in scale it?
Yeah.
Oh. Here?
Yeah. Right there.
Okay.
And then, oh, did you hit reference? Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, hit escape. Okay, now highlight the whole thing and scale it again.
Bottom of this or bottom of this? Which
Okay,
corner?
the lower left-hand corner, but you didn't hit reference. So hit escape. Don't get frustrated now. Okay,
No, I'm good.
scale.
Yeah, and then is it
Now, yeah, hit that base point.
the corner of the
Yeah, the
template?
corner. Yeah, corner. Click.
Okay. Okay, I
Okay,
see.
now hit the R. Hit the R for reference.
Okay.
Okay, now you're going to go back to that corner.
Why does it? I don't
Go back
understand.
to the corner. Oh, all right. Okay, let me, yeah.
I guess I just don't understand order of operations yet in this program.
Okay.
Reference. It just goes back. It's already specifies the length. I don't know why.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Okay. All right. Try to
Okay, that's fine.
just
I'll just
yeah.
do
Try to
it.
just do it and get it close to your can, because then you can come back and play with it. Okay. Yeah. Try to get it right inside there. Okay, that's good. Click.
Is there a way to turn off my grid from here?
Now move it. Now you can move it.
Okay, there. It's close enough.
Right. Now you can come back and move it. So now go back to model space. Okay, now delete that. Highlight the whole thing and delete it.
Where is it? Okay.
Okay, now go back to layout space. And so there it is.
Okay.
Now go to save. Save
Wait, I want to
as.
make sure all these are here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And
No.
you said save it in template?
Yeah, now go to save as, but come down here. Now remember, come down here at the bottom and change, not DW, change the DWG to template. There you go. Come
Right
down
here?
to, yeah. the
DWT?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, see, now that's going to save it. Now give it a name and it's going to save it in your template.
Here.
Give it a specific name.
Okay.
Okay, and then hit save.
Do I need to do this or?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's test it. Come up here and delete it.
Right here with the X, just like cancel out of it?
Yeah, just cancel out of it.
No, I don't want to change same changes, or yes?
Yeah, save change, yes.
Okay. So start,
So now
open,
go to the top. Nah, yeah, go to
here,
yeah, go to there.
the A,
Yeah, go to the A. Oh no, go right next to the A. Go up to the yeah, go to the A. Yeah, there you go.
and hit new.
Yeah. Okay, now where's your name? It should be
Oh,
there.
right here, main template, open.
Yep. And it opens it in paper space. Now go to model
And
space.
then model space is blank.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so now
Check
just
your
so I
layers.
can, just
Check
so
your. Oh, okay.
I just want to test to see. So I did this exact same thing last time because I followed a YouTube video on how to do it. But the thing that happens is when I like draw like a line or whatever, and then I try to open it again, the new one I open has the same lines. Like it saves my work through the template somehow.
Yeah, it does. It does that. Yeah, I don't know. You might.
So do I have to delete my assignment every time? That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, you might have to because it. I've experienced that also. Yeah.
So if I reopen,
But when you save it, remember to save it as a DWG. Save your assignment.
You have to do another save as and then change it to a DWG file because
Yeah.
it'll just keep saving it under the template.
Right.
Does that make sense?
okay, so
There.
if I save this,
Yeah, you have to save as.
so if I save as, and
And then
let's say I want to put it in my 110 folder. Okay.
Down at the bottom, you see how it's changed it to DWG now instead of a GWT?
Okay, so let's call this test. Okay.
And
So if I hit save, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
And then if I want to reopen this, like say I want to go on to my next drawing, right? I want to open up my main template again, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
And when I open it, now this is gone. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes more sense now.
Yeah, you just got to remember to not just hit the quick save.
So if you
That
hit
you-
save, it overrides the template.
It saves it as a template. So it updates your template. So
So if I hit
once-
save as, it saves it as a drawing, but you can reuse the template.
Yeah.
the moment that you move it out of the template folder, it will automatically change it to a DWG. Like when you
Okay,
when
I
you went
see.
into your file folder to save it in 110 drawings, that's when it changed it to a DWG because it knows that it's no longer a template.
Because it's not in the template folder anymore.
Right.
Correct.
Because if
But
you
just verify that it changes it to a DWG. It does it for me automatically, just like it did for you.
Because look at the top tab that you opened. See, it automatically gives it a DWG name.
Because drawing 5 you're talking about?
Yeah.
And because it's called a drawing, not a template,
Right.
it doesn't so what I was doing before was wrong in that every time I was saving it, I was overwriting the template every time.
Correct. That's what you were doing.
Okay, yeah, that's my bad. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, trust me.
I was so frustrated because I had to go back and recreate like all these layers every time, and it was so annoying.
You need to understand something, Carson. By the fact that we worked this out together, and you had the issues, and it forced me to figure it out, and with Steven's input, now I know what was going on because I learned from this experience too. It's and that's what I was alluding to down the road. You know, I don't care how much you spend on this computer. There's always something to learn on the programs, and which kind of makes it fun. You know, you're always having to figure things out and solve them. And then what people do every year, they send information to Autodesk and say, hey, can you do this and you do that? And the programmers add the new features, and that's how you get updates, and that's how you learn. That's how they make it better. So cool.
Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna stop sharing so you can have it back.
Okay. So now when you stop sharing, I have to,
Yeah, you just have to re-hit share screen.
okay.
Thank you so much.
Oh, all right. Let's see. Where am I here?
I knew I was doing something wrong because I watched you do it like 3 times, and I'm like, I'm just not getting the same result.
Well, see, I didn't know what was going on. That's
Well,
what.
I think I explained it really bad, but yeah, we figured it out. It's good.
Okay, now I can't see my screen here. I don't know what I did. Are you there? I don't know. I can see your name, but I can't see anybody else's.
Wait, just to confirm, Steven, if I don't know if you can hear me. You save as, not save,
Yeah,
correct?
save as, right.
Save
Yeah, I was
as.
trying to, yeah, so save as. So yeah, don't just go up and hit the disk, hit the one just to the right of it.
The one with the little pencil thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. That makes way more sense now.
You just kept saving the template over and over again.
Yeah, yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, now can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. All right, so I'm back now. All right. Okay, I will hang out till about 10:30, and
Awesome.
if you guys have any questions, let me know.
Okay. Since we're already doing all this screen share stuff, would you like take a look at this one that I just now finished to make sure that it's good?
Okay. No, this is good because I'm learning how to do this. Okay, so now what do I do? Okay, I do stop share
Yeah, I think you just stop and then I start.
and then click on Tony. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do stop share.
Okay, and
And
then I
and
hit
then
share screen and I do that one.
okay. And then I'm gonna click
Share.
on, there you go.
Oh,
Oh, this is
so
cool. This is cool. So I can see your guys' work.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like when we see your work, but not.
No,
So
this is excellent. Good
um,
job. Yeah, I'm impressed, Tony, because what you did is you see this little corner. Oh, you can't see my cursor. Huh. The little corner you did excellent.
this
Did
one,
you? Yeah. Did you create the an ellipse and then trim?
yeah,
Excellent.
I have a bunch of hidden lines that I basically just use them to like help me out. My main question with this whole thing is you see this line here?
Yeah.
Is that how you do it? Because I use like the quadrant snap.
Excellent. Yes.
Okay, because I kept like putting other lines there and it just never looked right. And even now, I'm not sure if it looks exactly right. So,
Okay. You need to understand something. When you snap, using the snap was correct because when you snap, then you know you're right on.
okay.
You're experiencing the same thing I have. Sometimes when you're creating pictorials, because of the way the program works, it doesn't always look quite right. But
Well, it's not because of the program. Like, every single time I draw anything, by hand or not, I never know how to, like, if I have like a 3D arc thing, I never know where to put that line so you know when like the view ends.
gotcha.
So like so that you don't see like behind something.
So in my solid modeling class, when we have to like redraw prints and like actually make them in CAD, I can confirm that the prints always look different than the model because they just the way the program like makes curved and straight lines, it doesn't look like how it does in real life. So
Right.
it'll always look different.
Yeah.
Um, and then Okay, so this is the second of 4 then. And do you just like want it on the sheet?
Yeah, put it into the sheet. Cool.
And then that would be it, I guess.
That's
So-
it. Perfect. I like that.
Oh, I have to. Okay, then I guess I'll stop sharing. Thank you.
Hey, you know what? Leave those hidden lines in there too. That looks cool.
Okay, I also have these if you want those.
Yeah. That you. Oh my gosh, leave it like that. I like that.
Okay.
That looks really cool. You know what that does? That tells me your process. That's really cool. I like that.
Awesome. Okay. I will. Thanks again. That was helpful.
Okay. Now, how do I get back? I always forget. I gotta.
So at this point you just share your screen again, like when you're switching between AutoCAD and whatever browser you use.
Okay. Here we
I don't
go.
know how it works on yours, but I think you just hit share screen at the bottom. Yeah.
Here we go. Can you see mine again? All I
Yeah.
have is the title block. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. Hey, this is cool. Down the road, people can share their screen, and what I'm thinking, what might be cool. Oh my gosh! You guys, this is going to be really cool. When we do our final presentations at the end of the semester, everybody can view everybody's final presentation, and you don't have to just. I mean, I'll want you to submit it so that I can view it on my own time too, but you'll be able to see everybody's final projects, and that's cool. So, what I just noticed is I moved my camera, so I keep looking in the wrong place. So anyway, I finally put my camera above my monitor because my monitor doesn't have a built-in camera. So.
I almost never look at my camera in case I haven't noticed. I have 2 monitors, and it's above my left one, which is where I have Zoom, because I thought, oh, it's going to look more natural if I'm like looking at the camera above where I look at people, kind of like when you look at a person's eye. But in reality, I'm always working on stuff on my right monitor, so I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, I know where yeah, I can, so you don't, I don't actually look at you at all.
Yeah, I even researched monitors. You know, do they make monitors with speakers as well as?
They don't make them with webcams
No,
as
they
much
don't.
anymore because all the companies are trying to go for like the low bezel thing, and if you have a camera at the top, you have to have like a bigger bezel at the top. So
I don't even know what that means.
the bezel is like the thing, like how thick the distance is between like the edge of the actual monitor and where the screen stops.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you meant.
Oh, I see
think.
what you're saying. Yeah, because they'd have to reduce that. Yeah.
Because I have 3 monitors, and so
Oh,
I
look
had
at
to
Mr. Fancy Pants.
I had to
over
buy
here.
monitors that have really thin bezels. So hey, I got them just for school, okay?
Do you have like one that's vertical and the other 2
No, I just
horizontal,
have
or you just have like a massive?
like a they're all 24-inch. So
Oh, cool.
and they're all just 3, and I have them on a big monitor arm.
Oh, can you do me a favor?
I have 3 also.
Can you,
It's really nice.
Carson, can you do me a favor? Can you send me the information on those? Because you say it has a webcam, right?
No, mine don't.
Oh, okay, they don't. All right.
Mine
I think
don't.
the closest thing to a webcam that monitors have, like pretty much anything more than just the monitor itself that they have, is technically a speaker, but that's only if you want to use a TV screen.
Right.
Nowadays, most monitors, don't come with built-in cameras. Most of them have speakers, but if you want to get one, you can just get like a USB camera. They're pretty cheap. They're like, you
Yeah.
can get them for like $20.
It's funny. I have one that my son gave me, and it works fine. I mean, you guys can see me and everything.
Yeah.
So I went to I had to take my daughter to get classroom supplies. What's that store?
Staples
Anyway.
or something?
Staples, yeah, Staples. And so I says, well, while she was shopping for her supplies, I says, I'm going to go check on cameras and stuff. They were totally sold out because everybody's having to work from at home, and
Yeah.
everybody's having to use Zoom, and I'm just going, oh my gosh, that's incredible, what's going on. So it's interesting. We're in interesting times.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about this. Oh no, I think I might have gotten mine before everything shut down.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because I got it to make videos and stuff, and like that hasn't worked out. I've pretty much exclusively used footage of my screen rather than of my hands. But I guess I'm lucky that I got it, sort of.
Yeah, absolutely.
That way I don't have to use my laptop, which is like fine. It's just that I don't think it would run these programs very well.
Yeah, I listening to Carson and Steve. When you're in technology, you kind of go, oh, geez, well, maybe I need 3 screens.
Yeah, I will say it's for online classes, it's nice because I have the U up on my left monitor, and then I have like my SolidWorks or whatever on my middle monitor, and then I have like the templates open on the right monitor. So
Oh, that's cool. I might just do. It's just that my office desk is so small because my right monitor is vertical and my main monitor is horizontal and stuff. So.
if you get like a monitor arm though, it doesn't matter though because it can like hang over because it's only like connected at the middle to the desk.
Oh, excellent. Oh my gosh. Great input.
I don't know how much weight my desk can support because
Oh,
I thought
man.
of doing that, but like I have legs way over there, and then I have like a solid, probably like a lot of space.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's not like it's like the fake wood desk, one of those that you can get at IKEA.
Oh, like the press board thing.
Yeah.
My,
So
my
I don't
wife's
know.
my wife's gonna say, "Are you kidding?"
It's nice though, I will admit.
Yeah, you just solved a big issue for me.
But I will admit sometimes like if I like get up to like go to the bathroom or get food or something, I'll lose my mouse. Like I have no idea where cause like I'll move it around, but since there's so much real estate, I lose it. I'll spend like 10 minutes trying to figure out where my mouse went.
Oh, and you know what? My desktop can have 6 monitors. And I remember what happened once is when I was setting all this up, I couldn't see something. Well, what happens is the computer had the something on that monitor, and I hadn't. You can lose stuff if you don't have it set up correctly. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. I don't know if you've experienced that, but
It depends if you plug it into your graphics card or you plug it into your motherboard. Cause
that's right.
I have a custom built PC, like I bought all the parts and built it. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then you
So
got to set everything up in like your Windows display and NVIDIA display, and
right. Yeah.
if it's not right, then you turn your computer and you get blue screens, and it's just not fun.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't have it like synced correctly, and then also all my monitors are, well, not all of them, but the one in the middle is different hertz refresh rate than the one on my right and my left.
Oh
So,
wow. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not super. I wouldn't call myself tech savvy at all. I think a lot of the time when I talk about like computers and stuff, I probably sound like an old man that hasn't seen a computer since like the computer's inception. So
Carson,
hurts. What's
Carson,
that?
I'm sorry. Carson, do you work in the field? Do you do work with computers and stuff?
no, I actually just graduated high school. I'm only 18.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I'm hoping that these classes, along with maybe next year, I'll take like machining classes when we can actually be on campus. I want to work in like manufacturing, like CNC machining.
Oh my gosh, if I had it to do over, that's what I would do. Of course, those things weren't around when I was when I was your age. Holy cow, what am I talking about?
Because I went to on my high school robotics team. I was like head of build, and we had a CNC router there, and I was like the main person who did it. It was really fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if you have those skills at your age, yeah, make sure you pursue that because let me tell you, that's the future. It's not going to change. It's going to, you know.
That's the goal.
Where did you go? Like for high school?
I went to Torrey Pines High School.
Ah, yeah. In fact,
Okay, I'm not familiar
I
with
used to work really closely with the old draft instructor from Torrey Pines. He was kind of one of the
Was his name
founders.
Mr. Brewer?
No, it was yeah. The other guy is not there anymore. In fact, I think he's passed away. But no, it was before Brewer. In fact, oh wow.
But you know Mr. Brewer, right?
Yeah, I know him.
Do you know Mr. Neubauer?
No, I don't know him. So.
Mr. Neubauer is the new wood teacher / auto shop teacher. That was
Oh,
one of
they still have wood shop there, huh?
that was one of Mr. Brewer's students.
Oh, cool.
So yeah.
Well, that's good to know because man, because then I think
They're actually putting in they have plans, and I've actually seen the drawings of they're building a huge makerspace at Torrey Pines with CNC machines and mills and lathes and everything.
oh my gosh, that is so cool.
I
Well,
think they're getting
maybe
like either a Tormach or a Haas CNC mill.
oh my gosh, you know what? That's encouraging because that stuff needs to happen
Yeah.
because when we did away with because that's my degree is in industrial arts. I taught all the machine shop. I taught all the welding. I taught all that stuff. And that is so important and is so needed.
Well,
Maybe
it's like a dying thing because kids are all thinking, "Oh, I'm going to do business or I'm going to do real estate." No one's thinking about in high school, "I'm going to be a machinist," because they're not exposed to it.
yeah.
I was lucky enough to be on the robotics team and like get hands-on, so I fell in love with it immediately. But yeah,
Because
kids don't understand it, and it pays well too. Like I'm not in it for the money, but it's nice that it pays well too.
well, besides that, it pays well and it's challenging, which
Yeah,
means when you get into that, you're designing robots. You're creating uh, the next advancements in manufacturing. Because
yeah.
who knows where all this is going to go. I mean, when when they're building stuff that you can drink in their nanobites or whatever, and they can assess your organs and stuff. I mean, it's amazing.
It's closer than you think.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, hopefully I could work at a machine shop where my parts will be helping us build like civilization on Mars or
Yeah,
military advances or something like
excellent.
that.
Those are great goals. Well,
Yeah.
we'll have to stay in touch. I'll have to follow your career. I
Yeah,
think
definitely.
that's that's encouraging. And then you can come back, and if I'm still teaching, you can share what you've learned. Because what it is too is students, up and coming students, need to be exposed to I guess Stephen's sister is in the field too, and she's got some great stuff to share and stuff. So that's cool. And that's what I've done. I've because I used to do a lot of architecture on the side, and so I've made some good contacts with architects, full-fledged architects. But I don't want to go back and get my IA architectural degree. It's too much work, but I can still draw. But when you go to the city for plan checks, they want an architect stamp, and so I have a few friends that will stamp it for me, and then do that. But they come in and talk to the class, and I can pick their brains and stuff. And so it's any type of industry. Now, Carson, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you know, Maricosta has a partnership with a machine program in.
Yeah, but I didn't want to do it this year because it would probably just be a whole bunch of textbook work because we wouldn't actually be able to go into the shop. So, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the one that's by Airport Road. Do you know about that
I don't
one?
yeah, I don't know where it is, but I knew they had a program where like you actually get hands-on.
Right.
But I didn't want but yeah, I didn't want to do it this year again because of like COVID.
Oh, that's right.
So I'll probably do it like next year when we can actually like go into the shop.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. And there's it's really interesting. I do a lot of buying and selling on Marketplace, and so a guy gave me I was rebuilding something, so I had to go to San Diego to buy a motor. Well, the motor, when I got there, the motor didn't work, so he gave it to me anyway, but I got it to work. But anyway, he was an interesting guy. He had moved out here from New Jersey, and he was buying up all kinds of old, and they were still working, machines. And he was doing really well. He was able to manufacture parts for people. And they were not CNC machines, they were actual hands-on machines, but he said there's still a market for that kind of stuff. And it was just fascinating. And he was a young guy. I mean, he was in his early 20s. And he bought the company from some old timer, and so him and I stay in touch too. So.
Yeah, actually a lot of like older machines like Bridgeports, like beefier, like big mills and lathes are actually better. Because back then, like they used like cast iron and like heavy materials in excess, because they didn't
Right.
really care about the price. But now that like manufacturing in China is taking over, like they use cheaper materials, so things aren't as
Oh yeah.
accurate or beefy. So actually, older machines are actually used a lot more in manufacturing than newer machines,
Right.
except for CNC machines, obviously, but like manual machines because they're way more beefy.
Right. Yeah. They weren't built for us obsolescence.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my goals.
Good. Great goals.
All right, I think I'm actually gonna head out, but thank you so much for helping me with the template thing. I was pulling my hair out trying to figure that out.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we worked it out. Cool.
All right. And also thanks Steven for the help. So, uh,
Yeah, and that goes for everybody. Anybody, like I said, you know, anybody pitch in, and if you have anything that's helpful, even if you don't think it's helpful, do it. It's what's interesting for me is I'm kind of enjoying these Zoom classes because there's really more interaction between us. So
Yeah, Carson, you're welcome.
yeah, thanks.
I just wanted to make sure you knew I heard you.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna head out though. Thank you so much, Tony.
okay, take care.
Thank you.
I keep forgetting not to look over there. I'm not looking at the camera here.
Okay, I'm like really confused with one of the chapter 6 problems.
Hey, which one?
P6-4.
Okay, hold on.
It's Yeah, I'm just it's
Okay,
really
hold on.
weird. Yeah,
B6-4.
yeah. Like I'm looking at it and it just there's a lot of stuff I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I think I can share it because I have the book. Okay, hold on a second.
I might actually have just now figured it out.
Okay.
So it should have.
My dogs are outside because I thought I'd gotten rid of the skunk, but apparently I didn't, and so the skunk sprayed them. And
Oh no.
at 3:30 in the morning, I kept wondering why they were barking. So I went downstairs, and my girl said, "Oh, we locked them outside because because they were because they had been sprayed." Okay, so
Oh no.
let me
That
share.
sucks.
Let me share this. Okay. Okay, is this it? Can you see my screen?
I'm currently seeing the Miracosta College website.
Oh, okay. Okay, is this the problem?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, so what it is see these dotted lines?
Yeah, that's where the circle cuts in, and then the smaller one's where the smaller circle cuts in, right?
The smaller circle goes all the way through, right? And then
Yeah,
these parts are, this is solid. So these parts are hollow. Oh no, wait a minute. No, because it says the circle goes there. Okay, you know what? Let's see, let me think about this. Oh, this is solid. From here to here and from here to here. And then this part from here to here is cut down.
is it? I thought it looks like the opposite.
It does look like the opposite, but it's not. And the way you can tell is because the hidden line goes all the way to the top, goes to this point.
Well, yeah. So wouldn't on the top view, wouldn't the left and right most parts be the highest then?
No, the left and the right are the low parts. This part here and this part here are the low part.
Okay, but then on the right view, you see the sort of center bit on the left? That's just empty space.
Yeah, this is empty space, right? Because it cuts down. That hole
Yeah.
cuts through there. It cuts down to there. Because this is solid from here to here. This was solid, and then they drilled a hole, and then they cut this down. You know what I can do is I can actually draw this for you to watch.
I have a bunch of it already. This is just confusing. So it should be that point. 5. Zero. Yeah, I would really appreciate it if you did, because I am having.
Okay, so let me do, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to move this over to the right. Okay, and I'm gonna have to share. Okay, now can you see my,
Yeah, I can see AutoCAD.
Okay, so let's see now. It's metric, right? Yeah, it's metric. Okay, so I'm gonna have to hang on a second. Let me change this to millimeters. Okay, I think I've got everything set up. Okay, now, okay, it's asking to do this in isometric. Okay,
Yeah.
so the first thing we want to do
Just
is
get a cube-shaped thing, right?
yeah, I'm going to change it and I'm going to use the left plane. I'm going to use the left plane, and so I'm going to create a box that, because it's 350 in diameter. Okay, so I'm going to do a line. Here's 350. And then it's 200 deep. Okay, so I'm going to go to the right now. So I'm going to go 200. I'm going to do another line. Okay, so now I've got my box. So now, I've got my box. So I'm going to okay, so now I know this is going to be solid. So I'm going to create a circle or an ellipse. I'm going to create an ellipse using the isometric. Oops, I'm on the wrong plane. Okay, so I created that. Okay, so now, so now at this point, what I can do is, that's 75. Okay, so I'm going to create a line from this center point. I'm going to create a line, and I'm going to come over 75. And then I'm going to go straight up. Now I'm gonna go wild so that I make sure I'm at 90. Okay, I'm gonna go there. Okay, and so I'm gonna create another line from here. Let's see, 75 and so I'm gonna go 150. Oh shoot. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna
You could
use,
just do the same thing in the other direction, right?
yeah, I think I'm gonna do image. So I'm gonna, oh no, I can't do image because when you're an isometric and you do image, it screws up. So I'm gonna do what you suggested. I'm gonna go from the end of that line, I'm gonna go to 75, and then I'm gonna go straight up to 90. And then I'm gonna go from there, from that intersect it. Okay, and so then now I can, oops, no, I don't want to do that. Now I want to trim these. So now what's interesting is the diameter of the inside hole is 100. So now I'm going to come up to my ellipse, and I'm going to create an isometric, and then I'm going to come here, and then it's 100. So I've got to come out here to, well, I have to type 100, I think. Or maybe it's 50. Maybe I have to type in 50. Now, oh yeah, because that's the smaller hole. And then now I do another one, another isometric. And then I type in 100 because that's the radius. Okay, so now I have all my holes. Okay, this hole goes all the way through. This goes down, it goes down 200. Oh no, this hole goes 200. And then this one, okay. So what I need to do now is, let's see. Okay. Where this line, I need to create a line from here. I need to change my to the right. So I'm going to create a line here, and then I'm going to go down. This goes how far? Oh yeah, it only goes.
You mean from the top of the line or where the line connects to the circle? Because right now you're at the top of the line.
From the top of the line. Oh, you know what? You're right. Okay, hold on a second. You're absolutely right. Okay. But listen, that distance has to be what? Okay, it's 125
It's
from the back.
outermost one, right?
Yeah, so
the outermost one should be 200, shouldn't it?
Yeah, the outermost is 200. So I got to come back 125. So that's what's 125 from 200? That's 75. So now you're right. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go from the intersect. See that intersect?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go 75.
75?
Yeah, 75.
Okay.
And then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to hit enter.
And then do the same thing on the other side?
And then I'm going to copy that line. And I'm going to put it over here.
Okay, so that's... So, okay.
And so now, let me think about this because I've never done this one before. Oh, and we need to do that down here. So I can copy these.
And do it at the bottom.
Yeah.
Do we? Oh yeah, we do, because that's still what we see.
Okay, so now, see, because that part's solid, and it's solid from here to there, and these go down.
I still think that the inner circles are laid in rather than sticking out.
Oh, no, they are. Okay, hold
Yeah,
on.
because that's why the hidden lines are there.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, is create lines here.
Where? On the quadrant?
No, I'm gonna create another. Oh, that's what I need to do. See this? I'm gonna click on these. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna copy that to here, because now that gives me the center for the back. So now this hole goes all the way down, right? So I'm gonna click on that, and I'm gonna move it.
Hold on, I'm working on putting those lines down. Oh, I already have it, I guess. Oh.
I'm gonna move that hole from
Hold
there.
on, my drawing's being kind of weird. Oh, that's why.
Okay, because that hole goes all the way through, right? Okay, and so
How big is it again? The center one? It's a
although
radius of 50, right?
right, it's a 100, because if you look at the problem, it says 200, and then it says 100. The 200 one,
wait.
the 200 one goes in 125 millimeters. So that's what we have to do too. We have to get that point. So.
Oh, what? Okay, hold on. I'm having trouble with the copy. How do you... Oh, wait. I think I got it. Yeah, because for most of this, I've just been, like, redrawing it. So, are we getting rid of the circle on the front side? The small one?
Not just, yeah, I just moved it. I just
Okay.
moved it to the back.
Yeah, I thought you were copying it. Sorry.
No, I moved it.
Okay. I think I'm where you are now.
Okay, I just moved it because we might have to copy it, but we're not going to copy it to the front. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now the big circle needs to go down. The big circle needs to go down 75. So what I'm going to do is, oh, that's here. Okay, that line. Okay, so I'm going to copy that line. And I'm going to copy it there. And then I'm going to move that circle. I'm going to move it, not copy it. I'm going to move it to that endpoint. And I screwed up that line. That line is not correct. So I got to delete that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw another line from here. I'm going to draw it 75. That way I know it's straight. Okay, now I'm going to move that circle. I'm going to move it. Yeah, I'm going to move it down. Where's that line?
It seems to be at the intersection.
Right there it is. Okay.
Oh, endpoint. There we go.
All right. So now now this is kind of starting to make
The
sense.
big circle? I thought you were doing the middle-sized circle, right? Because it cuts into the big circle.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. So I gotta undo this. Okay, it's this one. This one goes down, right? So I'm gonna move that one.
I'm just gonna trim that one up a little bit, just so it's more visually clear.
Okay. So now, yeah, let's go ahead and I'll trim this. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, because this hole goes to this distance, which is the center there. So I'm going to copy this hole. I'm going to copy that circle. And I'm going to move it to there, because it needs to be on the same plane as this. Okay, so that's correct. And so now, let's see, I hope I copied it correct. No, you know what? I don't think I moved it in the correct spot. Oh no, it was. Okay. And so now, let me delete those back there. All right, so this, okay. So now what we have to do is we have to copy this, because this is the part that goes down. So we have to copy this big circle. We have to copy that and drop it down 75. So I'm going to copy this.
Nice. Copy the big one?
The big one.
Oh, copy. Yeah.
I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to move it to 75.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm going to do that. Okay, so now I can delete, yeah, because that's solid. Now I'm going to delete the box. Oh, I just realized something. Okay.
This is...
Hold on a second. I did something. What I have to do is I'm going to copy this selection. Oh, I've got to.
Oh, this doesn't seem right.
Okay, I'm going to copy that. Okay, I'm going to draw a diagonal line from here to the end point of that line. And then from here to the end point of this line. Okay, and I'll show you why I have to do that. Because I have to copy this circle, because this is the overall size of the object. I got to copy that circle to that intersection. Okay, so now I can start deleting. Let's see, I'm just gonna delete the outside. All right, so now this is kind of making sense, I think. Yeah, this was a tough one.
Yeah, a lot of them seem to be tough in Chapter 6.
See, because the object has to be connected from here to here. Oh, there's the lines. Okay. Now it's starting to make sense.
What's weird is that a few of the lines, like the 75mm lines or whatever, they don't connect from
Yeah, see,
the
'cause you
front
have
to the second circle.
Yeah, because you have to trim. You have to trim here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, like they're just a
this-
little bit long, but then
This line,
some of them aren't for some reason.
this line has to connect to there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do another line,
There.
and it connects from that quadrant to there. And then
Oh. Quadrant.
and then we're gonna trim this part. Dang. Oh, I don't want to trim that because we have to draw a line from this part straight down to that part. Because remember, that's solid. And so and the same on this side,
Yeah.
straight down.
Okay, I think I can get rid of my construction lines
And
now.
then now I'm going to trim this down here. I hope I drew that at 90. And then I'm going to have to draw a line from here perpendicular to there.
I think I can just get rid of.
Yeah. And then a line from, see, because it has to go to there. Oh, okay. Oops, no. Because that's solid. No, I have to trim that. Only this is solid. So I've got to trim.
I don't think we need that super tiny circle, by the way. The one that's in the bottom of the whole thing. I guess on the right
No,
side for our view.
you're right. We don't need that. I was
was just a good
I was only
reference.
going to use that for the hidden lines, but you're right.
That,
Okay, so now I've got that.
is that?
Okay, and so that's there. Okay, I have to figure this out though. Maybe that line. Maybe I drew that line. See, because you're not going to be able to see that.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of like messy line bits that we needed, and then we have to get rid of them. And it's still like after cleaning a bunch of it up, it doesn't look
Okay, so
right. Like a bunch of lines just don't meet up.
okay, I think I'm getting it here. I just realized I did something wrong. because there has to be a circle. Oh, there it is, from here to here. Oh, there has to be a small. Oh, wow. Yeah. I have to have thickness here. There's no thickness here.
You had.
I forgot to
I'm
move.
having
Yeah, this.
my own issues.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. I should have left this circle here. Oh, but what I can do, I think I can still do it. I'll have to draw a line from here to here. And then I've got to, and that size is 200. So I got to draw an ellipse from there. Oops. An isometric ellipse. From there, oh, I'm in the wrong plane.
But that doesn't seem right. What am I doing? Oh, okay. So how big is that?
Okay, this one has to be let's see, 100. Yeah.
Midpoint.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now I can use trim, and I trimmed that there.
And
And
you just get rid of these straight
and,
lines, I
yeah,
guess.
and I trimmed that there. I'm going to right click so I can understand this. I'm going to right click and then I'm going to draw a line, because I have to draw a line from here that way. And I'm just going to draw it wild because I can't really see it. Oh wait, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to change my to the right. And then I'm going to draw a line from here that way at 30, and it only has to be 75. Yeah, 75. And then that makes sense.
Oh my.
And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to copy this one. And that one you're not even going to, actually you can't really see it. Okay, so there, all right, so now I'm going to delete that, and that's starting to make sense, because that's solid.
Is it?
Yeah, that's starting to make sense. I can delete that. And I'm going to draw, oh no, I'm just going to copy. I'm going to copy these two lines.
That's not right. What am I doing? Why is this weird?
No,
That's 30. So this should
yeah, they should go to, okay, hit escape. Hold on a second. I've got to change this to the right side. No, I'm already there. I got to change this to the left side. All right, and then I'm going to copy these two. Ah, there we go. I have to copy these two and make sure that angle is correct. Yeah, 330. That means it's 30 degrees. So when it clicks there,
Okay.
See?
I have no idea what you're doing because you've been working on it and I've been working on my attempt at it, and meaning I have no idea what like 90% of those lines are. Can you just take a quick look at mine and see what you think of it? Because we both
Okay.
sort of came to different conclusions. Just for a
All right.
second.
Let me finish mine because I think, see, because this edge, we need to see that edge. And then that needs to, okay, hold on a second.
Okay.
And then I'll look at yours. Ah, no, that doesn't go there. Okay, let me look at yours because I'm having issues also. Okay, let me look at your. I'm going to stop my share.
Yeah, let me just fix this up. Okay. So this is what I have. I know that one thing is off because this.
Oh my gosh, you got. Oh no, you got it the opposite.
This is what I was thinking it was the whole time, because when you look at it, the like hidden lines, you can see the hidden lines of the 100 and 200 diameter circles cutting
Yeah.
into the whole thing. And looking at the like right side view, the two thinner edge parts are sticking up.
Yeah. See what you've done. In fact, what you can do, you can turn this in. I'll accept this. But what you can do, but the problem is, see these outside edges here, the solid edges on the outside.
These?
Yes, that, and the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, those really should be down here 75 millimeters.
What?
Yeah, see this center part is the part that's up top, and then the sides go in.
Wait, but on the right side view, there's no like you see the lines, the vertical lines on the right side view. On the left side, you see the vertical lines, meaning that they are raised, but you don't see that for the center. Instead you have the hidden lines, meaning it's cut into the from the center, not
Okay,
raised up, right?
what was the number problem again on that?
Is there like a solution book or something?
No, what I'm thinking is, what is it, P4?
P6-4, yeah.
Or P6?
I'm gonna, like, oh wait, is it sharing?
Yeah, see, it's, in other words, what you did is you created the female part of the male part, because what it is it's a, it's kind of a joint. Something would slip in there and you could turn. But if you look at the problem, you still have the sideline. See, there's a line, there's an edge here. Well, I can't. Oh.
Where?
Oh, okay, go
Like,
to.
if you want me to stop sharing so you can share.
Okay.
Okay, I will.
Go ahead.
Do that. Let me open. Oh, where did Zoom go? Hold on. Oh no. Oh god. Oh wait. Stop sharing.
Okay, let me share my screen now.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have it?
Yeah, I can see yours.
Okay, but if you look at the problem, on the right side view, there's a line here, correct? There's an edge. And then there's this circle. It's the opposite. You did exactly the opposite of the problem.
Raised up? It really doesn't look like it.
Well, what they might have done, and this happens, this problem in the book might have been created wrong.
Oh wait, I think I might see what you're talking about, but I'm not sure.
All right, listen, let's hang on to this because it's close to 11. Let's hang on to this.
Yeah.
I'm going to play with this, and then keep yours though. Turn yours in. I will accept it. Only because in the past I've had problems that are exactly like that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Because I think I screwed up on mine, and so I might have to redo mine. But when I do on Thursday, I will share.
Okay. And I just so you know, I wasn't like trying to like disrespect you by saying you were wrong. It's just like it's so confusing to me that I genuinely think that there's like I'd imagine somebody else probably could come up with a third potential solution somehow.
Right. No, you like I was telling the class, no, I have no problem you sharing that. No problem. Okay? Because what it's doing is now I can understand why you look at it that way. So.
Okay. And 15th.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for walking through this.
All right. No problem. You did a great job. And save it and turn it in.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. Well, I still have one more. This is just the third for me. So, I'll turn this one in.
All right.
All right. I'll see you what Thursday. Is it Thursday?
Yeah,
right?
Thursday.
Okay. All right.
Take care.
Goodbye.